Hi, my name is Mitch Chase, and I want to tell you about a new book I've written for Christian Focus this year. It's an Advent devotional called There's Shone a Holy Light, 25 readings, and a subtitle, Beholding Christ and Christmas from the Old Testament. That's the angle for this Advent devotional, exploring the types and patterns and shadows of the Lord Jesus in the Old Testament, so that we can see the ways the biblical authors have prepared the way of the Lord. And I'd like to read an excerpt from it. This is chapter 16, called Emmanuel and the Tabernacle. The Lord led the Israelites through the Red Sea and toward Mount Sinai. They arrived at Mount Sinai in Exodus 19. The Lord's presence was with the people when he descended upon the mountain in a fearsome theophany, with smoke and fire and thunder. God's revelation to the people consisted of what we know as the Ten Commandments, and then subsequent revelation came through Moses, their mediator. Part of this revelation included instructions to build a portable tent, a dwelling place that would be known as the tabernacle or the tent of meeting. The tabernacle rooms and furniture were integral to Israel's sacrificial system. Priests ministered at the tabernacle. Only priests could enter the holy place, and only the high priest could enter the most holy place. Because the tabernacle was a portable tent, the Israelites traveled with it by tearing it down whenever they departed, and they set it up wherever they camped. The tabernacle represented the presence of God dwelling with the Israelites. As they walked, they would be able to say, "We are not alone, for God is with us," because they had the tabernacle, and in particular, they had the Ark of the Covenant. Have you ever thought about how the tabernacle points to the person and work of Christ? The Gospel of John evokes this portable tent when the author tells us that the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we have seen his glory, glory as of the only Son from the Father, full of grace and truth. The word dwelt in John 1:14 means tabernacled. The Word became flesh and tabernacled among us. The birth of Jesus was better than the tabernacle's construction and operation. Jesus is Emmanuel, God with us. He is the tabernacling presence of God, dwelling with and ministering to sinners. The bronze altar points to him, for he is the sacrifice that brings us near to God. The bronze basin of water points to him, for he is the one who cleanses sinners. The golden table of bread points to him, for he is the everlasting bread. The golden lampstand points to him, for he is the light of the world. The golden altar of incense points to him, for he is the intercessor and mediator on behalf of sinners. The veil points to him, for his flesh is the veil that was torn for us, that we might be reconciled to God. The ark points to him, for he is the fullness of deity dwelling under the sun. The tabernacle was good news for the Israelites because it signaled that God had drawn near to sinners. He condescended. He stooped and dwelt. Even greater news is the incarnation of the Son. For God is with us in an even greater way. The tabernacle may have had an altar and an ark, but the Son of God has hands to receive us and a voice to welcome us.